Hey, what's up, YouTubers? This is Finn. My pronouns are he, him. Today, I want to talk about supercharging your recovery, and let's just say technology can be a distraction from our troubles, but it also can help us access solutions. In today's video, I'm going to explore some ways that technology has helped me supercharge my recovery and see if one of these things may work for you. Let's get into it. Hey friends, welcome back to Al-Anon Recovery Hacks, where we break down recovery into practical everyday tools. If you're ready for more serenity and less chaos, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, just a quick note, I'm not a spokesperson for Al-Anon or any other 12-step group. Everything I share here is based on my own personal experience, strength, and hope. Take what you like and leave the rest. Okay, so first, let's talk about accessing virtual phone and email meetings. Thanks to technology, virtual meetings have never been easier to attend. If you have a computer or a phone, you're probably able to zoom into something at any hour, and you might be able to see many different types of groups, different types of people, and hear about many different topics. You can join meetings all over the US, and you can even go to countries outside the US if you are from the US. You can find those virtual meetings by searching meeting lists online. You can go to the WSO, the World Service site, alanon.org, to look at their lists. Or you can go to your particular state, or even sometimes your county. Just Google the name of your county, and you probably can find the meeting list there. It's worth doing a little digging because not all of the meetings in the US are listed on WSO services. And there may be lists outside of both of those places. There's actually a huge list of LGBTQ meetings that are maintained outside of WSO and outside of every other site that I've seen. So some of these lists might be a little bit of word of mouth. It's definitely worth doing some digging and asking around. And if you'd like to find that LGBT list, give me a shout. There are also phone and email meetings. If you don't love Zoom and being on camera, those meetings can be just as rich and inviting. The Al-Anon app is worth checking out for the meeting search feature. The meetings listed on the app are run directly through the app. It's not through Zoom, so they're kind of easier. It's a one-click method to join. The app also has additional features. I don't use those features, but they may appeal to you. Second, I use my phone to listen to recovery stuff when I'm in the car, when I'm traveling, or I just can't get to a meeting. I use the podcast app on my phone to listen to things like The Recovery Show. So I can select any number of episodes on the topic of my choice. I can skip ahead in the episode, rewind. I can increase or decrease the speed. All of these features allow me to take the information in at my own pace. And I can also download Al-Anon speakers from the podcast app. So just look around for Al-Anon content, and you'd be surprised how much there is, and it saved my butt so many times. I also use other apps on my phone to help me connect with my higher power. I have found some really great meditation apps. I had no previous experience with meditation before Al-Anon, so I kind of needed help getting into it. I also have created prayers for each of the steps that I've completed, and I store them on my phone for easy access when I forget, how to access my higher power. They're there. I also use the computer for my step work. Maybe this is obvious for some of you, but for me, using a computer for step work was key. I find typing so much quicker than handwriting. So I've done all of my writing on my laptop, and this ensures also that my journals and my inventories are password protected. I am a little scared people will find it. I can also just take that work right from there and email my sponsor anything that I want him to see. I can use spreadsheets to organize my work. I've done my resentment list in a spreadsheet. I also have the list of people I've harmed and made amends to in a spreadsheet. I also have a 10th-step daily inventory spreadsheet that I print off and then I fill in. So the computer can be really helpful with the step work. I use my phone and my Google Calendar to remind me of my recovery activities. I have my regular meetings in the calendar app. I also put in my appointments to talk with my sponsor and my sponsee. This type of habit keeps me in a routine and it helps me prioritize my activities. I have a gratitude text group with a few of my Al-Anon friends for a daily attitude adjustment. I highly recommend keeping a regular contact with a few Al-Anon people. That's just so when the shit hits the fan, you really feel comfortable calling them. I like to save everybody's phone number in my phone using their first name, and then the last name is always AFG, so that the program people are easily searchable and their anonymity is protected. No last names. When going on vacation, I take photos of my daily readers or my step readings that I need for calls with my sponsor or sponsee. So this allows me to leave the books at home if I want to travel light. You can also download Al-Anon's books in e-reader format if you prefer to use the e-readers. I follow Recovery Humor on Instagram and Facebook. I would recommend checking out Al-Anon of Your Fucking Business. It is a good laugh, and sometimes you really just need to, take recovery a little bit lighter. If you're doing service in your home group, district, or area, try starting a WhatsApp group or create a Google Drive folder to help you stay connected with your fellow trusted servants. This can help you stay connected without having to read a ton of emails or get pinged constantly in a group text. If you live in a remote area and would like to do service in your area or district, request that the service meetings be hybrid. Often groups do have money to invest in a camera or microphone, but they need a little push to do things differently. In my state, this has been super helpful to have hybrid meetings. I live in Maine, and many older folks spend their winters in Florida, so this allows them to continue their service even when they're away. And, sometimes we all just need to use it during a snowstorm. Okay, a bonus tip, things I don't recommend doing with technology. I don't recommend searching the internet for recovery stuff, printing off random Al-Anon content and sharing it at a meeting. Often when people do this, it turns out not to be Cal and it won't be welcome in meetings. You can do this for yourself and, just keep it at home if you want, but I wouldn't bring it in. Using AI to do your step work is another no-no. If you want to learn about yourself, it really has to come from within. It's not going to do you any favors to go to ChatGPT and ask them to tell you what's up. Using technology to hide from people is also something that can happen. But remember, this is a we program. If you aren't connecting with others, you're hampering your growth here. Find an in-person meeting if you can. Have lunch with someone, talk with people on the phone. Use the technology to make that connection easier. If you are relying on speaker tape and podcasts, you're not going to get practice being honest and vulnerable with other humans. Thanks for being here. If today's hack helped, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more tools for the journey. And remember, we can't change them, but we can change how we show up. See you next time.